Hey guys, welcome back to Danganronpa. So last time we had to say goodbye to Sakura. Rest in peace, Sakura. Anyway, Hina, how are you holding up?
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. And let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible to not have regrets, I know. The fact that she asked those three to meet with her, and she asked each of them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, let's confirm with Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go to see her? Of course not. I ripped the note in shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the truth section. Okay. You know, it's when I'm looking at this angle that I realize how weird this whole thing is. This door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, but there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get in. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
'cause, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. A polka dot candy wrapper. That's gonna come in handy, probably. Why is there blood over here? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine's shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain. Okay, and then there's bits of Wait, what? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around the entrance to the room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all sorts of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. So the window is broken around it, but there's also pieces under it. And then there's this stuff. There's shards of glass scattered around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom section of a bottle, right? So there must have originally been a bottle. Astute observation, Naegi. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Don't know why that's important, but okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to talk to you. I'm sorry, I mean, I love you, Hina, but I didn't want to talk to you. Kyoko, what do you have?
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
That would have they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. I think Kyoko... Oh, hold on, wait. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf, but last time there were 5. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than a boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth section. I feel like I'm finally starting to make little sense of things. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started as a bottle. If you put the clues together... Yes, it's blatantly obvious. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The charge of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Okay, but it doesn't explain the blood stain over here. It really doesn't. But I think that's all I can look for in here. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that anything was used. No reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside. So, I have a theory. So, Sakura died with a smile on her face. I'm thinking that she killed herself. Mainly because she couldn't do anything about, you know, people being mad at Sakura or Hina. Or maybe she did it so people get off Hina's back. That's probably what happened, but I swear that is what happened. Because there's nowhere to get inside. That was there. So what I'm thinking is she probably poisoned herself. Because it said what? Chemical A2? Or something like that? Yeah, Chem A2.
Hey.
And there was poison in there. So she poisoned herself and then knocked herself out so her survival instincts wouldn't kick in. Huh? The locker's open and there on the inside is a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Okay, now that really is all I can think of. What the hell just happened? Time to leave. Never mind. Apparently not. What else could there possibly be? The same shelf full of magazines as all-time disc magazines. Okay, that's absolutely... Oh, I haven't actually looked at Sakura, huh? Sakura drew her last breath simply sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also been vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Well, yeah. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the other two people. I need to hear out what they have to say. Alright. We go. Can I leave the room? Okay, thank you. Forgot that R was a thing. Those other two probably went back to the rooms. And so they did. So let's see. Hi, Sayaka. Toko. I press the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds... Hiya.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Correct.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Let me in. Obviously annoyed, Togo slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she has to meet with you. Meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? You're very bad at this. Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it. I did get a note. But I didn't go to see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Togo claims she didn't go to see her, but... Can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Togo quickly retreated into her room. Much like I do when I'm forced to talk to people. Unless I'm at work, then I'm forced to stay. Oh, here he is. And after a few seconds...
You know?
Yo, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? Not yet. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny the ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that was all there was to it. Pocket trash with the same polka dot wrapper. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What now? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? The chem lab. Maybe he feels bad. Maybe the reason he was acting suspicious is because he felt bad. Oh, there's a mess. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. No. Okay, so since it was A2, it should be in here, right? This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the three shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh, hey. Footprints. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things around, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth section. Okay. But there's footprints. These are footprints? They're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We made you sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay, yes sir, I understand. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. That is a horrible sketch, but I couldn't do much better. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. We will hang it on the fridge.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. Far be it from me to question Byakuya Togami, but I don't think we needed a sketch of the room to figure that out. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly...
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Indeed. So, let's go measure everyone's feet. I completely forgot the buttons I need to press. But hold on, I need to check Chem A2 first. I cannot teleport. Understandable. So, oh, I have to check out all the shelves. Looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring out about a chemical reaction. How long have you lived in such ignorance? If truly must be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application to the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't even matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part the shelving unit section B. Makoto, they're labeled right in front of you. Makoto, my boy. On the shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Makoto. My god. Sakura must have gotten protein powder from Section A. Well, concerning things in Section A, there was a bottle with the label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison doing from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Oh. So, okay, so before, I said something about her being poisoned. So, that's not all she did. She went in here, grabbed a poison, went over to the other door, grabbed a supplement bottle, and put the poison back because, you know, she doesn't care. But the powder had fallen, and she had to step in it. So yeah, she didn't just go to Section A. She went to Section C as well. Oh, I had to click on the powder itself. Okay. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good, hard look at the powder. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Makoto? Are you okay? Like, the game is really trying to argue the fact that I'm an idiot. That's all I can tell for now. Okay. I've already taken a good hard look at the camera lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Yes. Please. End my suffering, Makoto. Seriously, I didn't... no one needed to have that long and hard of a look at that. We all get it. Something fishy's going on.
Hey.
Hi, Kyoko. So, Makoto, how's your investigation doing? Well, you see, it took me about 10 minutes or so to examine the fact that someone went from one shelving unit to another, and it took me a while longer to divide them into A, B, and C when I didn't need to because they were already labeled A, B, and C. So it's going well. How about you? I told Kyoko about what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf with magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have been revealed new more clues. You'd do well to look over them one more time. Okay. But first... I gave that to Sakura. She got super upset when... Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hina. I'm sorry. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. I can only assume the blood Sakura's, but that's strange if it's true. Why is it so far away from where she died? Because she vomited. A charge of glass, and charge of glass. But anyway, let's look at the magazines. Clue. Huh? This magazine's upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I knew I
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that more suspicious. Now also, we have to look at her finger to make sure. According to Yoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, you can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Kyoko? What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yes, it is.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. So, Sakura didn't write the message. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Or anyone with any common sense. Wait, hold on. Then... The lock was open and on the inside are handprints.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here?
It's true. Hey.
Okay, don't even run into that. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is the second thing she hit her head on. Some kind of plastic container. Did she hit her head with that? Oh wait, I need to check the Monokuma bottles, right. Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. The rook, the pawn, the rook, the bishop, and the king. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Wrong time to bring that up. No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Yeah, only to a degree.
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. That obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottles. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Let's get to work. You smug person. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and the one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? The point of the experiment, it'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, we compare the weights of 2 normal Monokuma bottles. They're equal,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures hidden inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be that they weigh the same. Either they'll balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed something here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Huh. Yeah, I've been making fun of the game this whole time for telling me stuff that didn't matter, but what's the significance of the fact that the broken pieces are heavier? Oh, come on. Why now?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Okay, cool.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. Please go through the red door.
Oh no. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Makoto, why are you screaming like that? Oh, you know. Reasons. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery.
what?
What the... Oh, I've just really discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss them the smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. That is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse?
phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it'll make it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then,
I
please get
can't
on the
wait.
elevator. I'll see you all down there. I hate you. What the hell was that? And how can we read the subtitles like that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt. Because there can be no doubt. One of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Although if we listen to Yasuhiro's prediction, which I was told to do, then no one else is going to get killed. But immediately after that, someone got killed. I really hope you're right, like in that 20%. Kyoko, what's up?
Hey,
Standing around here isn't going to do us any good. Okay, let's go. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. I climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the door close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. There are so few of us. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower. And suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. Say it with me, everybody. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial.